So you've got the controller and you've downloaded the sim, but no matter what you try, you're still second guessing every stick movement. Or maybe you've even got the drone too, but the idea of crashing hundreds of dollars makes you hesitate. Fair enough too. All you want is to be able to fly an FPV drone, cruise around, maybe do some flips, but so far it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere, let alone knowing where to actually start. 5 years ago, I was in that exact same place, feeling the same level of pressure and experiencing all of the pain that you are right now. In fact, I actually quit FPV drones altogether for a few weeks because it was simply just too hard. But because I'd already invested in a controller, I decided quitting kinda wasn't an option for me. Go figure, that's why I'm here now. And so, obviously, I tried giving it a second chance. It took me nearly 3 months of practice to eventually understand the controls of FPV and become confident flying my drone in full acro mode. Those 3 months, however, had me bouncing between conflicting advice. Start line of sight, start in angle mode, start in a sim, start doing this, start doing that. You get the point, right? Fast forward to now though, and I'm competing in races, I'm filming cinematic footage, and just having a good old time flying the drone around the place, no stress. Throughout the past 5 years too, I've actually picked up pieces of advice that literally would have saved me thousands of dollars in crashes, and not to mention countless days of being just stupidly pissed off. And that's why I put together the First Flight FPV Workshop. I've created a beginner's training plan that takes anybody from zero skill to real FPV drone control in just 5 flight stages. You will literally be able to fly any FPV drone for the first time afterwards, and I guarantee it, more on that shortly though. This workshop goes step by step through the 5 simulator flights that you need to build real-world skills with real confidence too. So look, if I told you that learning to fly an FPV drone was possible first try, would you at least be interested? Okay. Good, so maybe that raises the question, do you need a specific type of FPV drone or special controller for this to work? Absolutely not. You could have a tiny drone, a massive drone, or no drone at all, and this is still all gonna work for you. And as for the controller, you could actually get away with a gaming controller, like an Xbox or PlayStation, but if you want the fastest results, just pick up an FPV controller like a Radio Master Pocket. You'll be able to come out after the workshop and say, this definitely accelerated my progress, just like a past student, Eowyn did. But sure, you could come out of a YouTube video saying that, right? So is there any difference, or is this really just a glorified video that belongs over on my channel? Well, you see, on YouTube, I am limited with the information that I can say thanks to people's attention span. They're watching for a good time, not a long time. And that often means that the basics get skimmed over and everything kind of just gets lost in the process. But that's where this workshop really switches things up. I can go in depth on the things that have the most impact on your actual flying. Another past student, Benoit, came out and said, the way you presented this made me completely rethink the basic concepts in a way that addresses my problems very well. He also said a bunch of other nice stuff too, but I'm not going to bore you reading the details. Of course, this could leave you sitting there thinking, if it's all super in depth, am I biting off more than I can chew? And honestly, fair enough. Learning FPV drones can seem pretty daunting at first glance. But a third of the students who have gone through these workshops have either never touched a controller in their life before, or at the very most have tried flying in a simulator. That means 1 in 3 students could not have any less practice than you do right now, and they're the ones who leave saying how surprised they were by how simple it is to apply the tips, and how quickly they've actually improved their flying already. That was Robin who said that, by the way, who started off not even knowing how to hold an FPV controller properly. So look, think of learning FPV just like learning to drive a car. You're not just throwing the keys and told, hey, go send it on the highway, mate. No, instead, your first drive is in a quiet parking lot with someone who knows what they're doing guiding you through it all. You learn how sensitive the accelerator is, how the steering reacts, and how to do more than one thing at a time, like turning, slowing down, and keeping your indicator on. I remember that being super stressful stuff at first. But after a few specific lessons like that, suddenly everything just clicks and kind of falls into place, and that's when you're actually ready to fly solo. This is why the First Flight FPV Workshop not only gives you those specific lessons, but it also includes that expert someone, me, guiding you through it all. As a bonus, I'm personally reviewing your first real FPV drone flight and giving you a personalized fix-it plan. To do that, I'll watch your FPV drone footage after you've taken your first flight, pinpoint what the biggest thing is that's holding you back, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to overcome it. This sort of personalized coaching is something that others pay hundreds for every single month, and that's just for the coaching alone. So What if there was an easier, faster, and zero-risk way to actually learn to fly your FPV drone for yourself? What if you could learn how to start, progress, and enjoy flying an FPV drone on your first try? Would you at least consider it? Alright, so for those of you who want to have fun with FPV drones, starting by learning the bare bone basics step by step takes the least amount of time. And it also leaves as much frustration as possible way out of the picture. If you can hop into a car with a driving instructor sitting next to you, you can learn how to do your first FPV drone flight in this workshop. You don't need to be an expert, you just jump in and follow the instructions given to you. So what happens if you join right now? Well, you'll follow my 5-flight training plan, you'll fly an FPV drone on your first try, and then you can go take your drone wherever you wanted and do whatever you most desire with it. You see, the worst case is you join, you decide it's too hard, and you quit, walking away with hundreds of dollars worth of knowledge and coaching that you can take with you into any other hobby that you like. Or, best case scenario, you take a zero-risk move and start flying FPV drones like you originally wanted. But how can it be zero risk if you have to pay for it? Well, if you complete the full workshop, take complete advantage of the one-to-one personal review, and we still can't get you flying, I'll give you your money back. So if you're ready to learn the bare bone basics, step by step, and fly an FPV drone first try with zero risk, click below to get instant access to the workshop. Remember, the only guarantee is that if you don't give this a shot, you're gonna stay exactly where you are right now. But if you do, you could be the next fastest racer or top freestyle pilot in the FPV world. And I'm going to say this one more time because it's important. 1 out of 3 people who start these workshops are complete beginners who have never touched an FPV drone in their life. And on average, they're the ones who most commonly come out saying that it was invaluable and changed the way that they thought of FPV forever. Seriously, you can do this, and I cannot wait to see you inside very, very soon.